nagpapasalamat naman kami kasi wala kami kakayanang pananalapi. Ang MMDA may konting savings and they are developing Metro Manila. Hindi naman to pang Manila lang yung ginagawa ng MMDA. But it will ease our expenses developing infrastructure projects that will confront the flooding. Now, the question is, mararamdaman ba ng taong bayan pagka nakagawa na kami ng 500 meters, 1 kilometers? Hindi pa po. Pero sigurado tayo, kapag ang gobyerno nagtuloy-tuloy sa tatahaking ganito, yung mga apo natin at anak natin na papasok sa eskwelahan and magtatrabaho, maghanap buhay, will not suffer the way we are suffering right now. So we're doing this for the next generation na meron ng direksyon. Ang gobyerno ng Maynila at ang MMDA, I hope other agencies of the government, national government, will participate in line with this journey.
Yung update lang doon sa landfill, dapat nakapunan mo ng mga basura. Kasi sabi
thank you for asking.
Dito sila na-coordinate or dito po nila alam ito?
No, that's not true with Chairman Artes. No. I really doubt it. Okay. I, for one, not because nandito si Chairman. We were informed. In fact, I'll give you backstory. 2 years ago, dapat sarado na yan. Salamat sa isang tao, napakiusapan, in-extend ng 2 years. Now, ngayon, kung sino hindi gumawa ng plano, hindi na natin yung problema yon. But, when I assume, July 1, sinabihan na ako ni Chairman Artes, pare, mukhang matutuluyan ng isara ang Nabotas landfill. Ganun ba? Hindi na talaga may extend. E di, anong ginawa namin? Nagkayak kami. In fact, nagpunta pa kami sa ibang bahagi ng probinsya looking for our fallback kung saan kami para maging patuloy na malinis ang Maynila. Then, due to lack of material time, kasi 2 buwan pa lang ako mayor, so we created in 2 weeks time our own small transfer station, and we required our private partners to buy new hauling, the word is hauling truck, so that those dump truck namin na ginagamit or compactor na ginagamit sa Maynila for daily collection of garbage, hindi na magamit para dalhin sa sa San Mateo. Kaya we're very happy. Buti naman natanong mo. It's been a little less than 48 hours. We start with light operation, tapos nagawa na namin yung peak operation. So far, okay. So far. Now, lahat ng iyan, nakasalalay naman sa transfer station namin. Yung koleksyon ng basura, nakasalalay yan sa transfer station namin at sa landfill kasi hahaba ang pila. So these are the next challenge. Kasi yung initial operation, what I am after, the Vice Mayor and I, and the city government is after, is collectahin yung basura sa kalsada at komunidad. Yun, immediate. Kasi kundi uuwi lang dito sa pinagpagura natin. That is being done right now. Now, the next step is the logistical challenges. Because from a regular 10 kilometer, now you're doing 30-50 kilometer back and forth. So, pero kami naman, in our own little way, nakapaganda ng kaunti. But, to state the record straight, everyone was informed by MMDA. Way ahead. Ako, testigong buhay. I can attest to what the Chairman Artes did.
Tutuloy po sa San Mateo.
Nag-usap naman kami ni Mayor. Alam niyo itong San Mateo landfill naman. Yung San Mateo landfill naman, operational na yan since 2011. So, may ECC yan, approve yan ng PNR, ng provincial government. Additional volume lang naman aming inalam. Regular naman nagtatapan yan naman ng Manila. At additional volume lang sa Manila. But again, nakipag-usap ko kahapon sa phone kay Mayor Omi At kasundo kami na pupuntahan ko siya at mag-uusap kami regarding this. But again, it's within the capacity po noong San Mateo landfill, yung additional volume po na dadali namin. But nag-uusap rin po kami, pupunta rin po kay Governor Linares para po mapag-usapan din na yung division, kasi meron pang mas malaki na landfill dyan, yung Rizal sanitary landfill. So, just a matter of siguro communications dahil di lang siguro namin na sabi agad kay Mayor Ome na may additional volume na dadali doon sa San Mateo landfill. Pero again, it is within doon sa ECC at doon sa volume na capacity allowed under the law.
So, sabi sa'yo naman, palitan mo yung capacity.
Hindi naman.
Ito, without disclosing the area, para lang bumigat naman yung... kaya naman, nandito na eh. Ayoko naman pasinungalingan siya na hindi kami sinabihan. Ayan o, without disclosing. A few weeks ago, naghahanap pa kami ng lilipatan. O, ayan. Hindi lang namin sasabihin sa inyo kung saan. But it's been, so this is a proof na may nahanap kaming landfill. Kasi wala naman choice eh. But to start, ayan kami. Ito yung plan B namin. Kasi, katulad yung tinatanong mo, kung mabulunan na rin yung San Mateo, this is a never-ending story, parang pelikula noong 1980s. It's gonna be masyadong maraming moving parts, maraming dapat i-consider, and so on and so forth. But we were properly informed. The city of Manila was properly.
And on the part naman ng MMDA, we're exploring then other options. Kasi merong nga dalawang nag-a-apply for accreditation, including yung Vinicin Dion. Siyempre, we just have to comply with the requirements. Dalawa po yung nag-a-apply. And we also received the PPP proposal for a waste to energy. So, lahat po yan i-consider and we're planning ahead. Again, sabi nga po ni Yorme, hindi po ito biglaan, hindi po nabulaga, wala po nabulaga. Lahat po ito ay properly coordinated sa mga affected regions. So, rest assured na wala po magiging solid waste crisis sa Metro Manila with the closure po na Nabota sanitary.
Chair, kahapon, di ba, you went to Tripati kanina, parang iinat na yung flood control element sa project line. So, moving forward po ba, lahat ng flood control project na gagawin within the Metro Manila School, kailangan nandun sa project line?
Yes, dapat po mapasama para po may information yung ating mga kababayan. Ito po ay kautusan natin na maging transparent, maging accountable ang lahat ng ahensya, government officials, sa lahat po ng pagawain. Hindi lang siguro patungkol sa flood control, o hindi sa lahat po ng pagawain namin dito sa Metro Manila at sa mga yan po ay isang pamamaraan na inutusan sa DBM, katulong po ang DICT. At lahat po kaming mga ahensya ng pamahalaan na may pagawain bayan ay inaasahan po na mag-participate at mag-cooperate po dito. At ganoon po, ini-encourage namin ng mga mamamayan, ganoon din po ang mga local government na with this information, mababantayan na po natin yung ginagawa po ng gobyerno na kung tingnan, hindi lamang po maayos yung magpapagawa, kung hindi pati na rin yung epekto kung talagang efficient yung ginagawa po.
Mayor, same question. Yung regarding po sa pagmamonitor, once ma-construct na itong mga project na to, how will you make sure na nababantayan, nakikita maayos na status, ganito yung construction, hindi siya mag-penetrate sa mga
kasi basta kami naman, yung mga regulatory rules and laws are being followed, we're happy. In fact, kahapon, di ba, nag-file na kami ng kaso. I think it's the first time in the country na local government nag-file na ng kaso sa mga to. O susunod, may gagawin pa kami na maiihi sila. Pag hindi talaga sila nakinig, wala naman kaming recourse but to protect the interests of our people. In this case, the people of Manila. At the end of the day, that is our objective. Our interest Parochial ano to, attitude. No? May interes ang mamamayan namin. Habang kami naman nakikilahok sa mga pagawain ng national government. And to put proof to it. Remember yung DOTR, pumasok na sa Maynila, yung lines, awa naman Diyos, salamat. O the very next day, nakuha nila yung lono or letter of the objection. You know, that's a blanket authority. Of all the other regulatory, yun ang pinakamahirap makuha sa isang lokal na pamahalaan. Just to show, mukhang tama naman ito pakikinabang ang taong bayan dito. O then so be it. Ganun din ang magiging attitude namin dyan. Basta kami, we will work hand in hand, we will protect the interests of our people. Those who are violating will not be welcome in the city of Manila. In fact, we'll go after them within the legal framework.
Guys, thank you.
Thank you.